Sun Divine. Yeah, I'm here to tell about the most recent horror movie of the year, Frankenstein, directed by Guillermo Del Toro. That one that we know very well, the Oscar winning name for Shape of Water and other movies. And he adapted the classic book by Mary Shelley in his own way. It's about the doctor scientist Victor Frankenstein, played by Oscar Isaac, who has a dream of using science to revive the dead and create a creature for human dead parts to live. Initially, he tells a story about his childhood, how he lost his mother in childbirth to his younger brother William. His relationship with his father, who was a doctor surgeon and who was teaching him about medicine in his youth. And because of that tragedy in his life, he became obsessed about challenging that. Years later, as an adult, he tries to convince in a medical school about his project to give life to dead bodies use a prototype. Christopher Watts' character Herlander is intrigued by his project and they make a deal, giving his childhood home as his new home and place for projects. Also, Herlander's niece Elizabeth, played by Mia Goth, is engaged to Victor's brother William. She initially detests the future brother-in-law, but he becomes fascinated with her because she's the same actress who plays his mother, and he charms her. They go out and spend some time together. Then later she knows it's wrong and she goes away from his place. Meanwhile, he builds the creature using criminals hanged and dead soldiers in war. In a short time, he wants it to be ready because of the scheduled deal he had with Herlene before. In a stormy night, the creature is ready to be awakened. Herlene wants to be used in the project, but his body has syphilis. And Victor doesn't think he is appropriated for that. And he tries to sabotage his project, but because of the heavy rain, he slips and falls dead on the ground. So using all his engines and the storm, he uses natural electricity to make his project come to life. Well, now I gotta say that I really feel for me right now. This video be posted before the Netflix release, so if you don't want any spoilers, you can come here later. So go tell more details about how the story goes if you had read the book and watched the movies. It's similar, but different way. But still, spoilers aboard. Victor gets frustrated because the body is slim, and he goes to sleep. He has a weird red angel dream he has seen as a child. In the morning he wakes, see the creature, played by Jacob Elordi, awaken, and they interact, and he teaches him to speak his name as the first word, Victor. He takes care of the creature all the time until Elizabeth comes to this place where her fiance worry about her uncle that hasn't appeared or given messages yet. I mean, letters that time. Meanwhile, the creature is chained to the mansion basement because he thinks the creature is very dangerous and doesn't have any intelligence. And she hears his scream and goes there. And when sees the creature, she gets fascinated with him and she gets worried about him because of his word. They have interaction. She presses her name and he learns her name. Afraid because of his super force, able to regenerate fast like Wolverine, and not being very intelligent. Actually, according to Victor, they want a newborn creature speak fluent English in one day. I mean, in very short time. He burns the whole mansion to get away. So later he regrets, but when he tries to come to the sun, it explodes, making him to lose half his leg and wear a prosthetic one. But then everything changes because the creature in the ship where Victor was rescued, and then everything changes because the creature in the ship where Victor was rescued and he told his version story comes and tell the captain the version of his story afterwards that incident. He escapes, gets close and hides in a cellar in a small house in the woods. And there lives a family, a small family. And there is an old blind man that he spent years at that place where he learns words, he learns kind of stuff. And he family doesn't know, and he helps it that people there. That family is very superstitious. They believe in forest spirits. And the creature he considers like a spirit, a forest spirit, because he has a family. They have a better life, even though they don't know that. And before the winter, the family leave the old blind man alone in the house. And then the creature comes outside, talks with the old man. They make a friendship, learn about words, kindness, and how to read books. Because the old man loves hearing stories and people reading for him. They make a friendship until the wolves invade the house again. They kill the old man and the creatures tries to save him, but it's too late. He kills the wolves, but his old friend is dead. That's when his family comes, think he's responsible for that, and shoot at him. But he revives, and that's how he learns about how his body works and about life and death itself. And he comes to the place, the bird mansion, saw a letter of his name, and he knows where Victor is and goes where he is. Before the wedding, the creature visits Victor asking for a companion like him, but he refuses. Elizabeth happily playing when she discovers calls a great creature, but they have a kind of very special show interaction. So jealous of her genuine affection to him, Victor wants to shoot the creature, but he shoots Elizabeth instead. The creature takes her body in a cave, and she says her last words to him about his kindness and pure heart, just like his old friend did before he died. William also died when the creature reacted when the man came, with anger and everything. And Victor promised to revive him, but his brother didn't want to. So he's passed away. And he goes to the cave looking for the creature who hurts his creator, where all his anger and frustration and pain caused to him. And actually both feel pain some way. And because of all that, Victor hunts the creature. Years pass and older Victor tries to kill the creature for real, but he can't because apparently he made an immortal mutant, like the X-Men. Back to the future, Victor, all laying inside the ship, asks for forgiveness before he dies. And his son, as he calls, accepts apologies from his his dad. The captain tells the crew to leave him and leave the ship. The creature leaves the ship where Victor died and helps the crew pushing out for the ice, and it sails back home, celebrating after the almost frozen. In the end, like Crybaby Walker, a single tear falls from his face. The end. Wow, that's a very emotional movie. I really like the direction, the photography. It's like a horror movies from 2000s, I think. And also, I love the outfit, especially for Mia Goth's character. She reminds me kind of not mother, but freestyle Marshall self. It's a very beautiful movie. I really appreciate it. I detest Victor, but I love the creature. He's way more charismatic. And I really think it's a kind of love story. Because believe it or not, looks like Elizabeth, she has way more love and compassion for the creature than for Victor. And it looks like he was kind of jealous himself. So do you guys enjoy the movie? Just let me know and tell in comments about expectations. These movies see different reviews, but I'm looking for more comments. I really enjoyed this movie. I'm very happy to watch Vampires and Frankenstein on the big theaters. So, like my channel, subscribe, and leave it a comment for more movie reviews. Until the next time.